All right, everybody, welcome to week 3 of U.S. history, our first hybrid week. So, if you have class in the odd periods and you got in here on Monday and Tuesday, you've been through kind of the day 1 and day 2, but I'm just going to go through these really quickly. First of all, this presentation that's attached, it's a little YouTube presentation. I'll show you what it looks like here. This kind of goes through the whole unit. So, we're doing Unit 1 all this week. If you want some background information of what we're looking at and what we're talking about, this is that presentation. It's my voice.
This is our Unit 1 presentation.
So that pretty simply just takes you through the unit. The big thing that I want you to focus on this week are these Quizlet questions and terms. This is a pretty easy access activity. If you log into this on the left, if you've used Quizlet before, there's a bunch of different ways that you can go through and study these terms. What I want you to do is basically review those, look them over very quickly, and then go in and take this formative quiz. And you get the chance to take this quiz twice. So all you got to do is log in. And one of the ways you can do this is go in, take the quiz, see how well you do, go back to the quiz, look up the terms that you missed, and then go back and take the quiz so you get a higher score. Or just take it one time and based on how well you do and see how well you know. The one assignment for the day 2 that I want you to focus on this week is this settlement info. So the focus of this unit is to look at what and why the colonies that were formed in North America were and how they were basically created, and then eventually keep that knowledge so you can see in the long run how it impacted the future of what would become then U.S. history. So you have a total of 5 questions here. They start from easier to more difficult, and you can basically answer these using either this reading or this video. And both of those things you can access on your Chromebook. You would submit then to this assignment. So those are the way that we're going to do this. And I want you to kind of focus on thinking of doing your assignments day 1, either Monday or Tuesday. Day 1 Monday, day 2 Tuesday. So kind of the first week, or if you're a Wednesday, Thursday even student, then that would be day 1 Wednesday. Day 2 would be your Thursday assignment. Then everyone will be in class at least once, and that is what we're doing in this assignment. And obviously in class, when you all showed up, I went through a very specific explanation of what you're supposed to do for this. But in the end of day 2, you basically have a summative objective test to take. So if you've done your day 1 work and looked at the Quizlet, this should be fairly simple. This is the second part of your summative, and it's basically just a very clear-cut, broken down essay of about 1 or 2 paragraphs. And you can either do that by answering these questions in a paragraph form, like put them all together, or you can kind of split them up and answer them. And what you're doing, the day 1 part of the assignment goes along a lot with questions 3, 4, and 5. They're just simply kind of looking and thinking about, well, if I moved into this area of the world, how would I get my food? How would I deal with the people, the native people that were here? How would I run my colony? Because all of this is kind of a create your own colony activity, an essay to kind of get you to think about what it was like back in this time of history. And then after doing that settlement info discussion or assignment, questions 1, 2, and 6 will kind of come from there because they're a little bit more specific to looking at the actual history to understand that. All right. So for this week, there's a total of basically 4 things you actually need to turn in. There's a formative quiz, a formative assignment about how the different colonies existed and how they ran each other, and then how they basically made money and were able to get food and survive. And then there's an objective summative, which is kind of like multiple choice, matching, so on and so forth, and then an essay part of the summative. And these will all have to be turned in by the end of the week, but please make sure to do this summative either based on when your class is. So the odd periods, you have to have it turned in by Friday. If you're the even periods, it has to be turned in by Sunday. And that will be it for this week. If you have any questions,